How are you guys doing? How is everyone doing? Hi. I feel like I haven't been on live forever. So,
Hi, how
hey,
are
Tony.
you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Hello, Pam.
Just
Pamela.
hanging out with my girl.
Oh, nice. What's your girl's name? Yeah, I'm gonna be. Yeah.
My girl name Melissa.
Melissa. Nice. Mine is Josephine. There's a lot of Josephine in my house. Tons of Josephine and Vanessa.
You know what is the funny thing? So I got
Yeah.
my mannequin. I try to
Uh-huh.
color her.
Oh, very pretty. Very
I
pretty. How
give
did
her a
you do it?
little bit like sun kiss, so at least in quarantine she can be like have a moment.
What did you do to her? Did you balayage her?
Yes. So I balayage her a little bit. I think next week she's gonna be go more lighter, and eventually she's gonna be shorter and really blonde.
Wow, very nice. I love that. I love that. Mine is just brown. She brown. She like brown.
That's a
She
beautiful color
just want
though.
to stay brown because I don't do highlights, so I don't want to mess it up. It would be funny if I do some balayage on her. That
How
would
are
be
you on?
interesting. I'm actually good. I got a little sun, so
Oh,
I'm pretty
that's
tan. My
nice.
freckles are like coming out. So I needed it. I need some vitamin D.
We all
So
need it.
yes. So what are we doing today? What do you want to do?
I don't know, do anything. I feel like you did two class in Toronto. The first one, I
Uh-huh.
think we did the long layer, and the second day we did the dry cutting for like all different. Like the second time we did like blonde texture. And I think it's helped a lot, even me and my staff, because seriously, it's like it's helped just the more you learn, the better. And it's like you really change the game of dry cutting, because most of the time people are like, oh no, you need to cut it wet, and I'm like, no, bitch.
Cutting it wet is yeah, I do it sometimes if let's say Josephine wants to do like a pixie, then I'll do it. But other than that, like it's hard. Like I really don't I think it takes more time to do it wet, if you can do it dry and see the natural texture and therefore you can see how much layers and how much movement you're putting in. It's just so much easier.
And actually,
And
to
it's
be honest,
more
like
fun.
a lot of people, like they don't wear their hair like the way it is. They like always blow dry it, and they curl their hair. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's like it's a different way. And this actually for me is really helpful. Um, let's see what the future is. But before, it's like somebody can blow dry the hair, and you start cutting it and you styling it. It's like so much more time, and the way we do,
Yeah.
than from beginning everything to the end. It's like that is more affected, and sometimes the client can see the color after the color done. They love it, and then you should continue to like exactly like how much you want to cut off. It's like it's
Yeah.
not like I want like this, and sometimes where to cut it this much.
Yeah, I agree. And also, when the assistant blow dries, they get to practice blow drying as well.
Yeah.
So they really get to understand. Like they get more hands on when it comes to like blow drying and stuff like that. So it's really good. So it's good
Hmm.
practice for either way, and then it allows you to be creative and just only cut and style, and then you just keep on moving on. And because you do color too, so you go color, cut, and then style. So it's really nice.
No, it's worked really well actually. So what are we
Good.
doing today, on?
Let's do some dry cutting.
Sure.
You said it, so I'm just gonna do it, and then we can style afterwards. We're gonna do some lift-in waves with her. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So
Let's
my
get started.
Josephine here. I mean, she has definitely. I love these doll heads. These are like my favorite doll heads. They're from Pivot Point.
My like
Pivot Pivot Point.
my mannequin,
Yeah.
her like her smoky eye is so screwed up, and her microblading is like out of control.
My daughter is all natural. She likes it natural, and I like it natural. I don't like too much contouring. I don't
Okay,
want to
perfect.
beat up the face. So I want to take some length off, but I want to do some layering. I really want to do some curve layering on her.
Yeah.
So let's do some curve layers. So basically, curve layers. If you guys can imagine, I'm just gonna bring this up so you guys can see what I'm saying. So a lot of times when I do layer-wise, you know, I have done where concave goes in like this.
I think your mannequins, you need a haircut for sure.
She does. This is for sure quarantine. Quarantine. No maintenance. So I don't know. You know, she hasn't had a haircut in a very long time. So instead of holding everything out up, you know, and cut a line or straight or, you know, whatever way you want to, we're gonna bring it out to the roundness of the head and cut basically parallel to the roundness of the head, okay? And then doing so, I'm gonna point cut it so it lays really nice and soft. So when you do that, it creates more of like a roundness effect onto the whole head, you know? So therefore it won't, it gets a lot of layers in the bottom, but it's not too much layers on top. So it just has more movement on the bottom. That's
Okay,
it.
show me how to do it, Alan.
Okay, all right, let's do the back. And then I have Amanda here. She's going to ask you some questions, okay?
Hi,
Sure.
Tony.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
She's in the background. She's
Yes.
She hasn't done her hair. She's in quarantine mode.
I got the mom bun going on. Somebody wants to know where you're based out of.
I'm based in Toronto.
Oh yeah, you're right. Please explain about yourself. I didn't even get a chance to for you to introduce yourself. So rude of me. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So I'm based in Toronto. I'm the owner of Black & Co. And we have a salon here. And, you know, we always love to educate myself and all my staff also. Because the more you learn, the more your staff learn, is the better what you're gonna give the client.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I almost feel like I know you so well and I forgot to introduce you. Tony runs to Canada and it's so beautiful. I think last year, I can't wait to come back and work. And then we did 2 classes there and it was one of the most successful classes. It was packed. It was so full.
It's so
I'm glad we never
and
do
the
that
place
again.
is so big. We even have our own lunchroom.
Yeah, it was huge. It was one of the biggest classes we Amanda, were you there?
I was
Yeah,
there.
it was one of the biggest classes we did. One day we did long layers, just long haircuts, and the next day we did short haircuts. And it was really, really packed, but it was really fun. And I have to say thank you, Tony, for hosting us. And he's so talented. He's amazing with color and cuts as well. So, without further ado, let's go into cutting because I really, my hands are itching, so I've been scratching it. So I usually start from the back. The reason why I start from the back is because I really want to see how much layer I'm going to put in the back part, you know, because a lot of times the hair is so much one length, it doesn't have any movement. And, you know, one thing that I do...
Yeah, and you don't you feel like when people have one length of hair and they said, oh my God, the wave never stay in my hair. So
always, because your hair's too heavy. Or there's no layers in it, you know? So it's very important. So I'm going to be using pie section, okay? And then I'm going to pivot from basically the top of the head.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm going to pivot taking pie sections, okay, until the top of the ear, and I'm going to stop. So I'm going to work from the back, and then I'm going to take, there we go, you guys can see the profile. So basically, the roundness of the head is about here, okay? So instead of bringing all the way up, I'm going to bring it to the roundness of head, which is here, which when you do cut square or point cut that in, it will lay really nicely into the head. It will give it body. So we call this curve layers because it's not round and it's not square, but it's curved because it's curving to the roundness of the head. And I'm going to point cut this in because it lays softer when you point cut in, okay? I haven't taken up the length yet, so I'll do it afterwards. So you just want to make sure that you elevate all the hair up, and whatever falls, let it fall. And point cut that in, okay? When you do point cut it, my point did peaks and valleys, you know? So therefore, when you have a lot of peaks and valley, when it lays in softer. So this part falls into the bottom part, like so.
Let me see.
All right, and then you're gonna move on to the next section.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna turn her around. Maybe I'll put her up a little bit higher. Okay.
I feel like your client doesn't listen. She said, I'm
My
so
client,
sorry.
Josephine. Josephine has been having her own personality lately because she knows Vanessa's my favorite. So she might be a little jealous. It's okay. Josephine is like the stepchild, I
Every
guess.
parent has their favorite.
Actually, I don't. I like them all. So again, I allow myself enough room to do a lot of deep point cutting, and because for that reason, I'm not too worried about cutting my fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. And then another thing is like when you do dry cut, please keep your scissors very loose. Well, not very loose, but loose enough to, like if so the scissor can just like close by itself. And whatever scissor you've been using, you just make sure that it's very sharp. Because if it's not sharp, it won't cut. It will just bend the hair. So these are my own, and one of the things that's really important to me is like when I told the factory that I
Oh my God, is that your own scissor?
Huh?
Is that your own line?
Yes, Tony fam.
Oh my gosh, when are they coming out?
Hopefully fall or next year. Well, let's see how everything goes, you know?
Did you know so many of my clients been message me like they order scissor on Amazon to cut their husband and kid hair?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
I've had some of your clients text me too about that.
Really?
Yep.
What did you tell them, Amanda?
I said it's not recommended, but if you're gonna do it,
Don't do it with scissors.
It all depends.
Scissors.
Like you should tell them. So, do you have a really good relationship with your husband, boyfriend? What the status? Because if it's good, we're gonna tell you the good haircut. If it's bad, just bust them up.
Yeah.
If you're in a bad state in your relationship, don't try it.
But you know what's interesting? Hair grows. So if they do get a bad haircut, it's gonna grow back and it's gonna be fine. Hopefully. How you doing, Tony?
I'm good.
Good. It's easy, right? I like to keep
Yes.
things easy because, one, I can remember what I did with my clients, especially when they come back. So therefore, I'm not playing any kind of guessing game of like, oh, what kind of layer did I put in? Or how did I do this? Or what did I do this for? And, you know, all that stuff. So, and then this allows me to like talk to them freely without, you know, concentrating so much on the haircut.
So, you only go to the ear line, right?
Yes, for now. And then,
Okay, and go back to
let
this
me
side.
catch up. You're fast.
Tony, how have you been using your downtime?
Thank God I have my Melissa, my mannequin, with me. So I've been practice a lot of, you know, how we're gonna do this when we come back to work, like, you know, what we should do, how we should do the highlight, you know, and shorten the step and make sure, you know, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Because the client not gonna have like 4 hours inside the salon anymore. So we
No.
just have to think what is the best way to, you know, to work on the client, what technique we should use. And, you know, I try a lot of new toner at home. And I think that's really great.
Yeah, right. Now's the time to experiment.
Yeah, exactly. On dot heads. It's great. Fantastic. You know? So once you're done with the back, I'm going to walk you to the sides. But
Yeah.
I want to tell you guys what I prepare Josephine, or I mean, what Amanda prepared Josephine with. What did you prepare her with?
So after washing
Put you on
her,
the spot.
I sprayed in Milburn's Weightless Replenishing Mist, followed by the Luminous
agree.
Bodifying Oil for coarse hair.
I agree. She does have somewhat of coarse hair, believe it or not. It's not like coarse Asian hair, but it's like it has this like texture on the end. So it just has kind of have a mind of its own. You don't use an oil.
Okay,
It just
so I'm done her back.
make it shiny. Okay, that looks. Can I see the back? Can we shake it out? Can we shake out mine too? Do you see how it? I'm gonna take up the length. What? Let me do. Okay, there.
We have to take this off, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But you see how this part goes in more now because it's
Yeah.
curving instead of like
The layer.
straight before it was so straight. Yes. So I'm gonna take that off, and then it will curve a lot more. So basically,
Sorry.
it's good for someone who wants volume here. You know. All right.
Melissa's a little
let's-
bit dry because I highlight her.
Oh, you need some oil on her ends.
She needs a treatment.
You need a treatment.
So you gotta have like some, you know, TLC.
All right, so now you're gonna take a diagonal section because you're gonna follow the hairline. Okay, so her hairline is basically going long to short. So you're gonna mimic the same section as the hairline. And then you're gonna take your guide from the back, a piece of your guide from the back, like so. Okay, and then you end up gonna your section is gonna end up being a triangle. Okay.
Okay.
Basically fat from here and then skinny on the bottom. So like this. And then skinny on the bottom. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. So bring this out. Oh, eight. I'm gonna say it like Canadian, eight. I love your accent. Eight. All right, bring it out and then do the same angle as the back, okay? So the roundness of the head, get rid of the length that floats on your hands, and point cut for softness. And you want to make sure that you hold everything up so you don't get any like stragglers or like. Cool.
So on how many Caesars you making?
I think we're gonna have 6 skewers. Skewers.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you say that?
Excuse.
Skews. Sorry. 6 skews. Not skewers. Skewers food, right?
Yeah.
God, my food is always.
And now you take a very thin section, right?
Yes, and then one more section in the front, like this. Okay, because Josephine has really thick hairline. You know, she's really special.
So what when you're gonna launch the next fall, this fall or next year? So where's the Caesar made and what color? And do you have thinning shear or is all cutting shear?
What color?
Yeah.
It's gonna be silver. I mean, I honestly, I love everything black or matte black. It just doesn't work. Just because, yes, it looks good and everything, but I'm more about like the longevity of it all. So if you were to do everything black, if you scratch, I'm talking about like years and years of using it because I want something that you can use for years and years, not for a couple seasons and it's done. So that's why I kept it this color and all the metal that it's very important to me. It's like longevity, the sharpness of it, and how it lasts is so important. So that's why I kept it like this. And I kept it very simple because I want something that's timeless and not so crazy design that it just goes out of style. You want something that's like I like timeless stuff. I like something that you can always use and have it with you, because it will be an investment, because I really believe in something that if you're gonna get something well made, it will last you for a while. But yes, it is an investment. It's not going to be, you know, inexpensive, but it's going to last. And I think it's so important these days to make something that lasts, especially for the environment, you know, because if you don't make anything that lasts, it's going to go into landfills. So,
And also,
and we do have
question,
thinning scissors too, like texturizing scissors.
yeah.
So it's
Another
good
thing,
for,
another thing I want to ask you, what you think of, you know, what is the best thing to clean your scissor? How often you should clean it, and what you clean it with?
oh, good question. What I clean it with? I usually clean it with, I wipe it a lot, you know, before all this. But now I bought something that's really, you should buy too.
What?
It's a UV.
Like a UV light.
Oh, UVC light.
Yeah, UV.
Yeah, we have that.
This what is it called?
Disinfecting.
Disinfecting box.
Yes.
So I bought one so I can travel and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put my scissors in there because I don't want to wipe this down with Clorox or whatever. Exactly. So I'm gonna put it in there and let it sit. And I actually have another pair, so I'll switch between those things. And that's very important. So that's my next disinfection. Instead of like, you know, run it with water and soap and stuff like that.
So oil. Send me that.
Yeah,
Where
I
do
will.
you get that? I can order from my salon.
Yeah. I got it on Amazon. I oil this all the time. And I clean it with just like a damp towel.
With like disinfectant on
With
it.
disinfectant on, and that's it. Yeah, and I have not sharpened my scissor in a year and a half, so, and it's pretty good, you know? And
okay,
so
what are we doing now?
Really well. Did you finish the other side?
Yes, I did.
What? Okay, hold on, let me catch up. I've been talking, chatting with you. All right. Let me do the same on this side. I'm almost done on this side. And again, my elevation is the same. Gosh, I miss cutting.
Tony, you attended some of On's classes, right?
He did.
Yes.
Do you remember which ones you attended?
I think
I actually attend On class. Actually, people don't even know, but On first cutting class is like we did it together in Toronto.
Oh.
On, remember that?
A lot. That was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That was. Oh my God, how long you this? I know you that long ago. Jeez.
Oh my God.
Time flies.
It's so crazy. I can't believe it's 2020.
It's been a weird year.
Yeah.
What's one thing you took away from attending the class?
You know, it's a lot of things. It's like how's On, the way he cut the hair, the way he's styling the hair. It's almost like everything is have a movement, and it's so simple to use. And you know, it's like sometimes if the client, you know, sometimes people are like, oh my God, I cannot cut your hair because we already blow dry it, right? But it's totally different way around. It's like if you dry your client hair and the client said, can I get the trim? It's always an option, you know? But a lot of people I know before, it's like, oh no, we already cut your hair. I can't cut your hair, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Hey, now I'm just going to
So
clean
are
up
you
the
doing the
bottom.
front and the back now, On?
Yeah, clean up the bottom because I can't stand Josephine's bottom's length. So I'm just going to clean this up. I'm just going to point cut this so still keep the movement. I want to keep her long as I can because I want to get more haircuts usage out of her. And I'm bringing everything back, pretending there's a shoulder right here. I'm bringing everything back so it keeps the front corner square.
Longer a little bit.
Exactly. When you over direct anything, that you know, the longest part that you over direct will be a little bit longer, especially bring it back from the shoulder.
It's like this.
Yes.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, you know, I say it's preference. You know, some people like that, and some people don't. I mean, I want to keep the front long because a lot of times clients always like pull the hair forward to see.
I don't know,
how
like,
long
you
the
know,
front is.
I'm not a big fan of it. Like, you know, it's really like special, like when I see a kid come to my salon, and you know how it's like she go to her grandma's salon, and somebody just like make her look like the Anna Wintour went wrong, and she's like 6 years old.
Yeah, I think keeping current is very important, you know.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
hey,
God! Remember back in the day? Remember Tom Cruise's daughter Suri? That haircut.
yes, she's done. Josephine's done. I'm gonna keep the front long because I think it's really cool to keep the front long like that. And
I
then
love
we're
it.
gonna style her, right? Let's style her out. Let's
Yeah.
see what this curve layers look like. So I'm gonna use a Marcel. I haven't picked up a Marcel in a very long time. I can't wait. And then we're gonna put some products in, and then she's done. Right, Josephine? All right. So that's very simple. Oh yeah, you
So
can
I'm
see
gonna
how
use the
this
big one.
curves. See, you can see how it goes in and it tapers in. That's like the curve layers. Yes, yours too, Tony. How it basically has a lot more volume here and it tapers in, and it doesn't make the ends too thin.
I think
I think
after
that's one
you
thing that I
wave it,
really
it's gonna look so great.
yeah. I don't like the ends being too thin because I do want to have the fullness, you know, and it does have
Yeah.
the fullness, but it has a good movement because you point cut it, so it doesn't get too ledgy. Cool. So you want to do some new wave because I haven't done new wave. I mean, not new wave, lived in wave in a while, so I haven't done.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna be using a Marcel, and
Okay.
I'm gonna set her at 420, 420. And
What brand is that? Is that Hot Tour?
This is Hot Tools.
Oh my God! Does it come out black one?
Yeah. Do you guys have them?
Well,
No, we
only
only
inch
have
and a
gold.
quarter.
Oh.
They only
Listen,
have the
we don't
black
have
ones
what
in
you
an
guys
inch and a
have.
quarter and an inch, though.
We
Huh.
don't really have what
So-
you guys have.
I'll send you something. You got the same outlets. All right, I'm gonna start from the bottom, okay? And I have to say that it's very important to have heat protectant. I think one thing that's very important when we do blow dry with her before that Amanda put some, is it butterflying oil?
Mm-hmm.
It has heat protectant. It has argan oil to protect the hair. So that's very, very important. And especially when you're using irons and stuff like that, hot, you know, any kind of hot tools. So my section right here is, I'm gonna start from the bottom, okay? I'm gonna go, this one's gonna go towards the face. Okay, I'm gonna start almost close to the scalp and leave the ends out and then click. Tony, I love your style. You have such good styling with the doll heads. I mean, with your client.
So that's one go back, right?
Yes. So this one goes forward. This one goes forward,
Yeah.
and this one goes back. Okay, like so. Okay, I'm actually going to scoot over this side. There you go. Okay. And then take another section, horizontal section. So this one's going forward. This top piece, I'm going to go backwards. So I'm alternating the waves back and forth, back and forth. Leave the ends out. Okay, and then smooth. Probably polish the ends a little bit if it's too straight. And then my next one's gonna go forward. So it's backwards and forward, backwards and forwards. And it's very classic. I think this becomes such a classic look.
Oh, I love it. Everybody love it.
Yeah, I know. We can't
It's
do
so
enough
fun.
of it.
You know, it's so funny because sometimes I have a client from LA and she come back. She's like, you know, I never been to your salon, but you know, I like that lip-in wave, but I don't want that ringless wave. I'm like, sweetheart, just sit there. So now you're gonna go forward, right?
Yes, yes, and then the next one's gonna go backwards. Oops, like so. Okay, and then the next one's gonna go backwards, forward, backwards, forward. Now you're just alternating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and remember to tuck your ends in. Try not to make it too straight. Sometimes I go overhand just because it's hard to do it while I'm standing on this side, because if I were to do it, I'll be like right in front of it, then I'll block your way. So just trying to be versatile with like overhand and underhand, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Last but not least, I want to bring this one back, okay? And I like to use this overhand just because I get a better angle, you know, and I'm going on a 45 because this is towards the face.
Are you left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I use my blow dry left-handed. I do, because I blow dry with my right hand. I put my blow dry on my right hand and then my brush on the left hand. Where if you're right-handed, you blow dry with your right hand and you put your brush on your left hand.
But it's so crazy because I can't do what you do, like holding the curling iron on the left hand.
You can't?
No.
Oh my God, you're holding on the right hand. Yeah,
Yes.
that's interesting. I never noticed that. That goes to show how much I just look at the overall, the end result. It's still the same. It looks good. I'll move on to this side. So there you go. So I'm doing the same, switching it back and forth, back and forth. Okay, and that was.
Oh my God, you're so fast at this.
Oh my God, a lot of practice. And I have to say, I have a callus. I have a callus to prove it. Look at that callus. I know you can't tell. Actually, it's gone down.
I used to get dents in my
It's
feet.
gone down. Oh my God, I need to use it more. So I need that callus back because that's like my safety blanket, whatever. I feel good every time I have a callus there.
You're gonna blister when you go back.
Good. Good. Cool.
So somebody wants to know what the brand is of your cutting comb.
Oh, Ibiza. So Ibiza makes. All right, let me just put this in. Ibiza makes round brushes. These are my awesome favorite, and I love this detangler. They're wood, so you know it lasts a lot longer, and it's really made really well. And these combs are my favorite. They're Ibizas, and I love how flexible they is because flexibility is very important. Because when you have flexible combs, when you comb their hair, it doesn't hurt as much. You know, when something's really stiff, it just I don't know, all that little details really matters to me. So these are Ibizas, and they're long. I love how long they are. So. Cool. So we're done with one side. I'm just gonna let it cool a little bit, and then I want to move on to the other side. Okay. How you doing, Tony?
I'm good.
How's Melissa? Melissa doing?
She's like, can't wait to get like, you know, her hair done at this time of the day.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite style?
My voice just changed.
What's your favorite styling technique?
You know, I think it's really, really amazing about, you know, the lip and wave, because when you do that, you can see exactly how the color and everything is. Like, you know, client always, when you blow dry, they're like, oh my God, it's beautiful. But when you start, you know, like wave it, it's like another game. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like, it's almost like a beautiful dress, and now you're just like wearing a Christian Louboutin shoes.
Okay. I like that example.
Right? She's like, it's like, you know how sometimes you see guys wearing like beautiful suit and they square toe shoes as you can.
You're hilarious. You're so funny. You just distract me from my last curl. I'm like, wait, which way is my curl going? It caught me off guard. Yeah, great explanation. It's true because I think
Like, don't
when
you feel sometimes you see the guy like really hot and he's like dressed like beautiful suit, and when you look down to the shoes, they're like, oh my God, they square toes.
Hey, square toes might be come back.
Wow, not now.
Wait,
Not in men's dress shoes.
Bottega did it for women.
For women, those are hot.
Yeah.
It's like
I
every
know,
guy in
but
New York that wears beautiful suit, bad shoes.
Well,
Did
you know,
you guys,
shoes are
did you guys
subjective.
hear Philo Phoebe might come back
To where?
to do her own brand?
Good. She's
I
amazing.
love her.
She's incredible. She did amazing what to the old Celine. I love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Only old new.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the back because I am so into it right now. I might as well finish the whole thing, and then I can put some products in so you guys can see what I'm doing.
Tony, you've been a big advocate for classes. Why do you think learning is so important?
I should
think
think.
answer that.
Did I answer that? Yeah, I think I did.
Okay.
Kind of. I don't know.
But you know,
It's just a fan.
I think here's the
It's
thing.
okay.
On, you know, you've been doing this.
Okay,
way
fine,
long-
Amanda.
On, you've been doing this way longer than me. I think now's the time. You know, like I think for all the people after the hair school, they really, really need to, you know. Do you know when people say like, oh, I don't want to be assistant, but it's like I think that is so opposite of like, you know, that's when you learn everything, you know. And the most important thing is not about learning how to do hair, dealing with the client, you know, like talk to people. Like it's not simple because consultation is really important, and it doesn't matter, and you need to have to be like have an idea of how everything is, because not everybody gonna come and get that haircut and see sleeve, you know, how to make her feel amazing after all. Don't
I
you
agree.
agree?
Consultation is very important because if you don't have the right consultation, especially with the haircut or the color, especially with color, because you guys have a lot more details when it comes to like what brown and what blonde or what's red is, because everyone sees color so differently, you know? And you guys have such a longer conversation than we do, because because I only cut. So when cutting goes, I'm like, okay, you want this. What is your lifestyle? How are you gonna, you know, do this? Or how's your textures gonna do this? Or, you know, do you have time to do this? And how often do you shampoo your hair and all that stuff? All those things are very important to me. So it helps you determine what kind of haircuts I'm putting in the hair and how many amount of layers to put in the hair. You know,
Like especially like, you know, when a client come with the longest hair until her bum, and she should have a bad day, and she's like, oh, I want to chop it, right? But in that moment, she want to chop it. Like people should like, you know, ask her like that kind of thing. And I think that's really important. Why we say like the consultation is like very important, because it is very important. Same with me, like, you know, a client been blonde for like 10 years. She's broke up with her boyfriend. She come and she's like, I want to go black, you know. And I said, who Instagram did you look at in this morning?
That's true.
You know. And then she's like, I don't know, but what do you think? It's like one time I remember I did this client hair. So she said I want to go really blonde. And I was like start putting foil on her hair. And one of our colorists, Jenna, she's like brown with like a sun kiss a little bit. And she said, yeah, that's how I want to go my hair.
Yeah.
It's like put her hair in the foil, so it's fine. But imagine if somebody like, I just like bleach everything and she's like, oh my God, that's not me. What you gonna do?
Tone her down.
Yeah.
But I think having an agreement with your clients is very important. If they're unsure, I mean, I've been doing this for over 19 years, and if they're unsure, you can feel it. You can be like, hey, how about this bob, or how about this color? They'll be like, yeah. You're like, no, kind of, yeah, more of like, yes, you really like this, or you want this, or you don't want to do this, because once I get that confirmation, it's like, okay, well, this is what we said, and this is what we want. And when
Yeah.
they come back and they change their mind, you can't do that, because it's really hard to like change that up so much, just because it wastes your time, it wastes their time, and it's not good for the overall.
No, she's not gonna be happy when she leaves, you know? And
Yeah.
then she's gonna say, oh my God, I didn't know this is gonna be this color. I thought blonde gonna be just a little bit blonde, you know?
Yeah, that's why
Same with people.
consultation
Same
is
with
so
people.
important.
It's like same with people with bang, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why I spend a lot of time on my consultation.
I
And
think
if
my
they're
curling iron is
unsure,
my curling iron is bigger than yours.
it's okay. Yours gonna be softer.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much done with my Josephine, and I'm gonna put some product in her hair, and then we're gonna shake it out. But you know, you take your time. I like to explain what kind of stuff I'm gonna put in. So
Yeah.
I want her hair to be very, I guess, very soft and very moldable. So most of the time, without saying, all my clients will be like, can you put texture spray in? Texture spray. And I love texture spray. I think it's wonderful. But it's nice to like maybe bring another softness into the hair without making it too textured. So I'm going to be using a wave defying cream from Melbourne. And it's great. This product's great for leaving your hair wavy if you have like a wavy texture. So it's like a great wash and go, or a great product after you curl your hair, after you style your hair. So I put in about, what is this? A dime size?
A nickel.
A nickel. You guys have nickel? No, you guys don't have nickel. Well, yeah, this is like, I don't know, a soybean size.
Sorry.
A soybean size. I don't know, something like that. So when you do put products in here, make sure you put it all over your hands. So therefore, it's not concentrated on one part of your hands, and it's just evenly distributed all over your hands. So, and just rank it through. Okay. And this helps to polish the hair too and give it some separation to it. And it makes it nice and soft. Okay. And I'm doing this all over. And then whatever I have left, I have some on the back of my hand. I'll put it into her scalp. Okay. And then a lot of times I ask her to tilt her head back. And then rake it through like this, okay, like so. Okay, meet once, right?
So on,
Yeah.
what you gonna do? What do you think the next hair trend gonna be?
A lot more shag. I think coming
You think
out of this
so?
would shag a lot more. Well, we're shagging a lot now. Just kidding. Shagging a lot more in haircut. And the funny thing is, like, I have English friends. They're like, "Why you guys call it the shag?" It's so funny, because shag means so much different to them in England. But
Oh my God! But it's like, remember when like we watching all the fashion show, like Vivienne Westwood and all that. It's like punk rock chic.
yes. No, I don't think punk is gonna come back. Unless everyone's cutting their own hair and they have like really short layers. But I think that's why shag is good, because maybe they want to keep their hair long, or they want to go really short, but they want a lot more texture and movement, so therefore it lasts longer.
Yeah. So my curling eye is bigger than yours, so it's like more softer.
Nice. I brush it through. After I run it through with some wave defying cream, I brush it through.
Oh, I wish I had that right now.
A what?
So that is mine. She's done.
Oh, gorgeous!
Thinking she's gonna go for a walk.
You're right. Melissa's eyeshadow game is really strong. She really like that frosty look.
It's like I can imagine her perfume.
Very 2000, early 2000.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely, she loves the highlights on her eyebrows. I mean, her eyeshadow. So yeah, there you go. This is, and if you want to shake it out more, okay, fine. We're gonna use some dry texture spray. So if you want to piece it out a little more, I do a pinch spray, pinch spray. It
looks so good on.
Thank you. Yours looks amazing too.
Thanks. But I can't look at her smoky eye. I just can't do it.
She looks like Carmen Electra, Amanda said. So if I wanted a little more 70s and kind of like blown out kind of deal, texture spray. Okay? And then a lot of times I pinch this, spray. So it gives you like that peekaboo in my face, in her eyes kind of look, So, but look at the difference between texture spray does and with the wave defying cream. It really brings out it brings out the texture a lot more. And I love this texture spray because it's not too sticky. Cool.
Thank you so much for having me and Melissa.
Yeah, that was really fun. I'm glad we had time to see each other again. I saw you a couple weeks ago. I think that's.
I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, have a great day.
You guys, thank you. I know, you too.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye, Tony.